The world is filled with fools. I have spent centuries cultivating useless people. People who I thought had just the tiniest spark of potential. And then I have elevated them. My domain in France was the greatest, most well-maintained vampiric community since the fall of the Second City. My servants were great kindred and kine alike. Luminaries, such as Charlemagne, bent their ear to hear the words that I would whisper. But as with all vampiric stories, my current low place is the result of base, despicable treachery. But I am Alexander. I am a child of Ventrue himself, and I will take back that which is mine. Hello and welcome, Canaanites, kindred, and other children of the night. We are here for the first time in a brand new POD game. We are playing as Count Alexander, the Graceful Tyrant. I don't usually really play Ventrue in any form of this game, but I thought we would make an exception this time because I was looking here and we have this hard mod-only achievement that I thought we would go for because it's fun. I don't know if we can succeed at it. I always like to play my Princess of Darkness games with a specific thing in mind and then end them right afterwards. Otherwise, you're immortal and you just play forever. So we're playing as Alexander. Alexander is a pretty old vampire, but he starts in an interesting state, which is to say his attributes are actually terrible. His skills are atrocious. Like he's bad. Like, there's no question about how bad he is, right? But he has a lot of disciplines, and those that's not disciplines, that's legends. Disciplines are here. So which means that we can make use of our disciplines to sort of force ourselves into success in situations where we don't have other ways of handling it. We're also 4th gen, which means we can push all the way to the bottom here, so we don't have to worry too much about having experience we can't spend because we've got at least one discipline with 6 slots in every single category, which should be really good for us. I mean, we're going to get all the way to the bottom of these, which is great. He has terrible stats though, which means we're going to do what we always do and focus on getting mortal skills because these will come through our hunting and through our herd, so that's fine. We're going to get plenty of experience over here. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to take the things that'll give him actual attribute bonuses. There are a couple of things, some of them have been removed, but we still have the access to Dignitas, which is very good. He is a steward. There's really nothing under steward, is there? I'm trying to remember. I don't think so, unless there's one hidden over here. Yeah, not really. Soon forgiven, large levies, chains of loyalty, meritocracy, which means because our education is so bad, we may just ignore our stewardship education altogether and just accept that it's going to take us a long time. That being said, centralization is very good, always has been. So is cutting cornerstones, so is taxman, so is divided attention. But these take forever, and I don't really want to spend the forever time that it takes to get these. The other alternative is we still have scholarly circles doing what it always did, and we have learn on the job. 10% of counselors' skills. If we push our counselors really hard, make them really good, that can actually be relevant. I think there's one more also under diplomacy, which is friendly counsel, which gives you random attributes for every friend. And the other thing about family hierarchy is it gives you random attributes for every living child. This is very good. This means diplomacy is where we're going to start. It makes a lot of sense for a tyrant. We'll talk a little bit about the Ventrue and how Alexander is the sort of exemplary Ventrue, although he's been falling for the trap for the last couple of centuries. The Ventrue are, regardless of what every other clan say, they are the best clan at leading other vampires, primarily because they go both ways. We have lots of leadership associated clans in the vampire world. We have the Toreador to a degree, we have the Tzimitzi, we have the La Sombra. These clans all sort of see themselves as being leaders of men and vampires to a degree. You also have the Bruja, although their claim to that is a little more serious, I would say. Every single one of these, that's not a Bruja, that is a La Sombra. There we go. They all have this same claim though. They have this claim that they are the great leaders. But when it comes to the actual ability to steer the hearts of men and kindred, each one of them lacks half of the equation. Some of them, like the Tzimisce and the La Sombra, only have the ability to control by force, naturally. And some of them, like the Toreador and the Brujah, only have the ability to control by love. But a Ventrue can go either way. They can control by love when it's needed, and they can control by force when it's needed. Added to that, their fortitude, they're extraordinarily enduring, which means they're very good at resisting the plots of other vampires. You get basically the perfect vampiric leader. They're enduring. They have their flaws don't prevent them from passing perfectly among humans. They just do the job they want to do well. The difficulty is, over time, Ventrue tend to become extraordinarily callous, and as they become more and more callous, they tend to force more than guide, and that can cause rebellion. But a good Ventrue, a strong Ventrue, takes the middle path, showing love to those who deserve it, and showing the iron fist to those who deserve it, controlling Cainite and Kine based on what those Cainite and Kine will respond to, not based on their own whims or their own nature. Of course, Alexander was the long time prince of what we would now call France. He was ousted by a conspiracy between his youngest child, Geoffrey, and Geoffrey's partner in crime, Saliana. The two of them have a very sort of loose relationship, though. It's not a strong connection, and it's very likely to fall apart eventually. We hate them both. I believe we rival them both, or do we just rival our child? I'm trying to remember. No, we rival them both, which means we want to get rid of them. And the point of the achievement is to, of course, take all of France over using the mechanic of the French struggle, and that means we have to get over there before somebody else ruins the struggle or ends it. Now, the French struggle is very difficult to complete in this game for the AI, so it's very likely that it will still exist for a while, so we'll have some time to work, but we need to work relatively quickly, which means we need to focus on the things we can do to the best of our ability and get ourselves strongly down there. Let's unpause because we're going to need to pick our feeding type. Ventrue have a flaw where they can only eat certain kinds of people. We need to make sure that we pick something that it's highly likely we find during our hunts. The best way to do that with the current system is to pick an education, because if our hunting gets bad, we can pay prestige to guarantee that we get somebody of a certain education. It's better explained by showing, though. See, so we have a prey exclusion here. These are the things we can choose. If we go to, I think it's what you do for a living, you can see that we have all these education types, right? If we pick an education, like let's say martial education, we'll prey on warriors. Because one of the choices for hunting is that you can spend prestige in order to hunt specifically from a education group, so we don't have to worry about that so much. So we're gonna take, I think, warriors, because theoretically, maybe we take diplomats. I think we're gonna take diplomats. It's not really a main reason. We can hunt from vampires. Our blood potency is what you would expect it to be. It's pretty middle. It's pretty low actually for our 4th gen, but we still hunt from humans, but not easily. We have good stat bonuses from it, so we're gonna stay with human hunting until the game forces us to. We need to pick our hunting style. Not an alley cat. Most likely it's something under charm, like probably we are sirens. I mean, the good thing about Siren is the free diplomacy is actually really good for us. But Gentry gives us some money and some extra prestige, which could be useful. Which one is consensualist? Vampire feeds from the willing. That also could work for us, since we are, like, Siren is like seducing lovers, and consensualist is basically asking people. The only problem with consensualists is it's not masquerade good. Or we could just hunt from the wealthy. I think we're gonna take the point of diplomacy because our stats are so terrible. And we're going to take Predator type Siren. So we are, of course, in the area of the Fiefs of the Black Cross, underneath the, as we would see it, Child Pretender Hardestat. No business being as elevated as he is, considering that he is not even 300 years old yet. But, I mean, most vampires aren't old enough to hold an opinion like that. But we do. We do. We got one tiny county here. It's not good. We have no military at all. We don't even have knights. We're gonna have to produce knights with ghouls. We're also gonna have to produce positions for our council, but that's okay because we're actually in a rare circumstance where we are perfectly capable of doing that at the beginning because we're focused on disciplines. Because he has good disciplines, we can summon people. It does cost us a lot of blood, could cost us a lot of problems, but it's the really only chance we have. Okay, so we're gonna set our hunt. As you can see, we can send prestige to hunt from something specific, or we can also take less blood from the hunts in order to hunt from specific types. But I think what we're gonna do for now, the problem with this is this can fail us, but we need our prestige at the beginning, so that'll be fine, right? So let's start by hunting from peasants. If it doesn't work out a few tries, we'll go the other way. And we can create a coterie, but we don't have enough vampires we'd want to do that for. Basically a coterie of 1 for right now. We don't need to do an election, because if we die, it's pretty game over. Station our 1 man-at-arms unit. This is mass embraced vampire. What? Huh, I guess he's into that. I would not have expected that to be the first thing that we had. I mean, I guess tyrants aren't so against that, right? All right, well, we have mass embraced vampires. There's lots of interesting, like this is a lot more interesting now that they made it so that it more reflects vampires like having powerful, specific supernatural groups of warriors instead of like the mass regular armies they did before. Them all having unique warriors is quite interesting. Hoplites, retainers, rabble, poachers, outriders, disgraced nobles. Most likely we're going to focus on Orders of the Sable Rose and Knights of the Blood, so we'll have to do some saving to get troops up. That being said, I don't know that we wouldn't just do this since we have them already, and then let's, as I said before, we need to station them. That's why we're actually in here. Our champions are terrible for POD, like really terrible. Let's not force. Let's forbid everybody under 10 as per the normal rules. The normal rules that we set. Who's this guest? Some random brouhaha. She has absolutely no stats worth even talking about. Let's see how bad our positions are and if we can fix anything. So she's the luminary and she's terrible. None of these people are better realistically. And she doesn't hold a position. So I could just toss one of my other people in there instead. We just have, the whole thing is awful. So this champion here could take her job. So I guess swap her up, take her out, replacing her with my champion. She can leave if she wants. We have no, oh yeah, this courtier's not actually terrible. She's not good. He's not anyone important, so we can do that. This is better than garbage. I guess we're gonna put you in though, because we already have her up here, and I as well assign you. These people are terrible, but that's what you expect at the beginning of POD. POD is like that. It's always important to remember. So Count Demetrius will side with us. Okay, let's do that. Well, obviously Joffrey won't because we're rivals. That's fine. We're short a champion because we turned all the people below 10 off. And now we need to start looking for targets. All right, let's open up our little thing here. Let's say that we want to be all but inside range. We want, best way to do this is to do religion innocent, because that'll make sure we only look at humans. It will take away the humans that aren't innocent, but that's fine. And we are looking for people who have good attributes to take each job. It's not the most important position, but it is, will guarantee bringing someone around that we can feed from, right? We look at these people: negligible, melancholic, intense. So this guy's intense and he's a 12. Oh, I never realized it listed it over here. I mean, this is not primarily for hunting, right? Fleeting, these are all fleetings, right? Negligible, negligible. Yeah, I think they're all humans, so they're gonna have no prowess. That's just how it works. There is an advantage to this guy, and that is that he's beautiful. Okay, this is our starting point. We can't invite him to the court. We can check to see if there's a marriage he'll take. If there's a marriage he'll take, we won't use our power on him, so he will come via marriage. Let's unpause till he shows up. We may simply herdify him right away. Good. She's awful, like literally awful, but he's not. It says we cannot feed from. Yeah, that's expected though. I am going to start right away with a herdify on him, and then I am going to, and we have prestige, right? I'm already scheming against him. Yeah, I can't do that right first. I need to herdify him first. That's more important. And he is going to become our Chamberlain. Sorry, bud, we only put you in there temporarily because we didn't know we were going to get somebody so soon. This guy just is way better than you. Now we have an we have a mayor, right? This guy, this woman gave her a job, and then we have this guy in the temple who has no job. We will just revoke his title, since we can just do it. He can hold a grudge if he wants to. We don't care. Forgot. I don't know if I can give this to a mortal. I can't. I mean, I can just hold it for now, right? I'm pretty sure we can hold all kinds of domains because I don't see the red warning, right? You usually get. I don't see the warning because I think we can hold everything. So we'll hold it ourselves for now, and then once we've ghoulified him, that's when we'll push on. So now that he's here, we pick another essential position. Let's say Seneschal is probably the most important. We have this woman here. She is intelligent. Can she be married in? Is always the first thing we check. So we try to find a mortal in here, like my courtier here. No, this guy is a vampire. Like, he's like the worst vampire ever. Don't have that many human courtiers, to be fair, so she will accept. So we will marry her in. Good. She's very good. Did we just sort this by innocent? Like, I don't want her to marry someone who... This is the guy we didn't use so far. She will not accept. Okay, so she will not accept marrying him, which means she is our first discipline target. She needs to be summoned. Excellent chance of success. Will increase hunger. So we'll go to Ravenous. That's fine. Come to me. So 10% she rushes to me. Our chance of this is actually not that good. It was a critical success. She's doing everything in her power to get to you as soon as possible. You will need to continue to spend blood points to progress the summoning until she arrives. So she's coming fast. That's good. We got the critical success. I mean, it was kind of looking like we weren't even... Oh, I keep forgetting that we can't do those at the same time. It is fine. It's fine. We need this just as much as we need that. Does put off the length of time. Okay, that's my marriage proposal for the lady who is going to take over this job. Good. Starting to feel better about that. This position can only be held by a vampire or a ghoul. They have to have their faith change. I mean, a human can hold it if we change their faith, and we will probably make that happen, but we're not going to rush to it. Let's see if we can find a marry-inable sheriff. This guy is a mercenary captain, so he's not going to do it, right? She might marry in to our one remaining guy. No, she will not. Okay. I mean, 12 is still good enough. Can we marry him in? He will do it. So let's marry him in. Your story so far. Lord Alexander, once you were one of the most important venture in the world, whispering to the ear of Charlemagne himself. Now you are exiled from your beloved France by the accursed Saliana and your traitorous child Joffrey. You will return, but other matters require your attention. Lord Jurgen von Verden, your host right now, has gathered a small force to help you, fulfilling his duty as your clanmate. Accepting it would be helpful, but it would also mean that you are basically fallen to begging for help. All right, so we've increased this using our prestige already. Help is appreciated. We could take it at the cost of a big chunk of our prestige, or we could make him a rival. I think we got to play the game for a while. We can't afford a rivalry. The problem is going into prestige debt, right? Because we have a lot of ghouls to make. Technically speaking, we only really need 1 or 2 ghouls at the beginning. Our council members don't have to be ghouls until we need to put them into positions of power. They need to be ghouls so we can keep them. But alternatively, we can embrace the best of them. You gain... we really want a rival for our liege. Is that... I gotta take the help. I can't afford to have him be my rival right away. The Ephorate. So this is the council of 12 Ventrue. We are one of them, of course. It's the strongest Ventrue in the world. We are a patrician. Let's take a look. So, right. So we support the patricians. This is us. Learn more about the factions, the patricians, the Eternal Senate. So this is all the different kinds of Ventrue there are. Yeah, I can't scroll this. Won't let me scroll it, will you? It's fine. We don't need to look at those. They're basically, Ashen Knights are a modern militaristic sort of knightly kingly tradition. Eternal Senate is old Rome. Patrician is like nobility. Merchant princes is the young moneymakers. And Sinner Rome is like the opposite of the Eternal Senate. So they're like they're Camilla and his manipulations. Patricians are doing the best right now. So we got Antonius and us as patricians, I think. 5 patricians. I don't think there's really anything else we can do with this right now. Okay. Our starting domain is very tiny. It's fine though. We probably shouldn't have done this. We probably should. No, this is important. Council invitation. He wants me to be his keeper. Okay, that seems weird. I guess I'm tolerably good at that. It's my second highest attribute. If I'm going to be anything, it might as well be that. And it's free money, I'm pretty sure. Look at his council. Oh yeah, everybody he's got in his council is worse. I mean, I could be his chamberlain. That would be probably better for him, but this is probably better for me. You know, it's my education as well, so you'd think it would be what I'd want to do. It's not, but you would think it was what I wanted to do. But no. I would much rather be diplomatic right now. Blood possibly spent to maintain summon. She's coming fast, of course, because we got the critical success. Once she's here, well, how good is she? That ends up being the question, right? Like this, hopefully this stops ticking, like, and actually gets to its resting place soon, because we need to stop spending prestige on it. How good is she? She's very good at the singular thing that we want her for. She's not an embrace candidate. She's a ghoul candidate. Yeah, not great. That's okay. Let's start moving at the speed that we usually move at when we're playing a vampire game. Factions ended. So he's ended some faction with his disciplines. What's this? Propose an alliance. Who is this? This is a Toreador, Mansfield. It's literally right next to us. So we are going to have to make moves inside of this county, but having one nearby ally certainly does help our position. So let's accept that. We're also going to want to negotiate with the boss man, and well, we'll just see, right? So we have no cost of ally, but we do have an external ones, right? Yes. We're not, we don't want to go out before we go in, though, is the thing. Even though she's terrible, I suppose you should be trying to change this to our faith. You're doing fine, although if we change this to our culture is Mycenaean. It's very old, quarrelsome. You know, let's not. We don't need to do that. We'll just collect taxes. We might actually adopt French once we're back over there. Oh man, we just brought this man here and he's got freaking pneumonia? What the heck? Game! I mean, if anyone, I do make enough money to bother. I mean, she is terrible, but she might be able to do something. Legitimately, at least she's a genius. Maybe she'll figure it out. I don't know. There she is. Welcome to my home, said the spider to the fly. So she's now here. Her job will now be to take over as Scourge. And we will actually go back to what we were doing originally. We won't rush the sheriff, I don't think. We don't have them doing anything right now. I think I would rather herdify him first. If anybody else in our court that can be... Oh, she can. She's a vampire, though. It's not exactly good behavior. So we have one check mark. As long as we have a check mark, he is negligible phlegmatic, so I will drink from him, but instead of killing him or drinking deeply, we will herdify him. Is he good at anything? That would be a hell of a coincidence. Nope, he's good at being in my herd. That's what he's good at. Oh, I did not click the thing. I gotta remember this. Who is disloyal? Which champion is disloyal? This... I mean, I don't have a problem with this, but this is a very harsh starting condition. So this is going to take 284 days. That is a long time. Just about the same time as a sway. I wonder if it's actually better than a sway. He's not our puppet. Yeah, I guess we'll try to enchant. I mean, this is too long, right? Concerning, we have a year. Okay, well, let's look at the other guy. This guy, let's pause here. He will, only 1% chance he takes the conversion. What about her? No chance at all. Fine. Did they have a child already? Kind of surprises me. Maybe they were already married at the start, probably. Oh, he's awful. Why are we working? Is this guy also awful? No, this guy is good. So we work on this guy, that makes sense. But the other guy we just put off of the job, right? Like he's zero. We deliberately are putting the zeros off the job, right? So forbid all of the zeros, please. If they're zero, they forbid. Yeah. Hopefully this works. If not, we'll bribe him and hopefully we haven't made him angry enough, right? So let's do that. More peasants. Hopefully we can, if we really want to slake our first thirst, we're gonna have to eat some people dead. Dynasty legacy added. Oh, that's just the Ventrue doing their Ventrue thing. We will rouse the blood and exert our will. It gives him 50 opinion, which keep him around. Now we're literally running out of blood. We may have to eat the next person. Do this. But I think we probably will just eat the next person if there's somebody available. So there's two people here. There's this guy. Oh, it's intense though. I'm keeping the intense guy. You just have to eat the next one. We'll just have to kill the next one. I don't know how big our herd can get. What is this? Want to propose an alliance? No, we've already gotten an internal alliance, so we don't want to. Michael Scott. I mean, he's really good. We would want to, if we did take him, we would want to ghoulify him, or probably ghoulify him first because he's smart, or just embrace him. I think we have the money for this right now. We'll do that. So I think we're gonna have to, yeah, you don't Baseline CK3 needs to be able to let us set minimum rules for these knights so that we don't murder them, especially in a mod like this, right? They're gonna get murdered. He's gonna get murdered. Growing herd. All right, so we'll add him to our herd. That's good. Tell us. I mean, don't think there's anyone around to herd. Looking at ourself and manipulate herd. Someplace it tells you how many herd you can have. Is it here? There's always one that I know there's a place where it says it, but I can never find it easily. Is it by actually clicking on a herd member and going over their herd status? No. Is it the button? No. I know there's some place that shows how many herds you can have, but I can never remember where it is. That's okay. Grandson has been released. It's not much really to do with us. To be fair, I don't think we have a way to cover up the masquerade that won't cost us blood. I mean, we could make them forget. Nope, costs blood. Money. Kill them all. I should lay low for a while. I will be their god. We don't have blood to risk on that right now, and our masquerade's not that bad, so we'll let it go. For now, we let it go. The Wild Woman. We'll go out and investigate, but we're not gonna probably take her because she's probably not good enough. Thing is, because she's not my feeding type, I can't just dispose of her, which means I can't afford to marry her when she's that bad, right? If I was another vampire, I would click this just for the prestige. Oh, I don't have to marry her from this. I can choose afterwards. A deal's a deal. Only the best. I've accomplished all I needed here. That feels good. I'm glad it works like that. We can't just be like letting that tick down. We have money, and money means we should be trying to increase our fortunes. This is skirmishers. We don't have any skirmishers. This is blood tax. Blood tax is basically essential if you have control growth because it gives you money. We could also use something that gives us prestige because we don't have a lot of it. Like the influence in the underworld is always good. Haven defenses, I don't think, no, we can do, no, we can't do haven defenses. That we could do lordly manor. Oh, see, that's some Ventrue stuff right there. Let's see. I mean, this isn't a lot, right? And we don't have any vassals really yet, but we do want to live in a manor. So let's construct the manor more out of vanity than anything else. And over here in the temple, we can build a university. Oh, we have a university location. That's interesting. That could be very useful for the future and does imply maybe we want to hold this temple. Maybe could always do influencing the burgers, but that's like prestige down. We don't want that. I'm kind of looking for prestige right now more than anything else, but we don't have a lot of prestige generating buildings. Influence the lawgivers, but that requires us to get back to 190 gold. Tyranny gain. I think we're gonna grab influencing the lawgivers next. I think we're gonna build that here too, or maybe we leave the last slot open for blood tax. I don't know. We're making decent money right now. Hopefully she finishes soon because we do want to be able to attack this dude, right? Like ASAP. On the hunt. So there is you, fleeting melancholy. Okay. I think we're gonna kill her though because we're a little blood starved right now. A little blood starved right now. Since we're not doing anything down here, we're gonna ghoulify you. Let me see. We'll ghoulify you. That'll cost us some of the prestige we just earned, but it's worth it. Your overall stats are actually at the point where I might consider embracing you instead of ghoulifying you. I mean, it's not spectacular, but this early on in this game, that could be good enough. We should also look at Scot, Michael Scott, see what he's doing because we don't want him to disappear on us because they will. Did he already wander off? Yeah, I think he already wandered off. I think we paid for him and he literally already wandered off. That's what we get for not putting him in a position, unless I just don't recognize. Nope, I didn't do it. Yeah, that's why you gotta pay attention to those people if you do the thing, because they absolutely wander off. I think we do this first before he truly wanders out of our range. Courtier between friends, so you, Mithras, who is okay with us, okay, we don't hate you, want to give us this guy. I can't imagine why I would say no. I mean, yeah, I can absolutely use him. Disloyal champions, concerning. We will send him a gift, which should work fine. And then maybe, we can't demand his conversion, he won't do it. But, you know, at least he'll stay around for a while. I did it again! I really gotta stop doing that. I got to remember. Okay, that is the worst thing I ever do. It's not like we miss that much. I usually catch it pretty quick. Hunter hunted. For some reason, your entourage above rooms are mortal hunters candidates in your area. I am not interested. The Ventrue can have their man. I don't have the strength to risk that kind of fight right now. I am too weak. maybe I should take the city too. I've been thinking about it. Stop preparations. During your observation of Scot, you can't help but feel disappointed in him. He's not living up to his full potential. Perhaps we were misjudged. He's not truly worthy of the gift. No, we're not. No. He's fine. He's fine. There we go. Embrace him. That's what we want. Yeah, I know. But now please come to my court. Good. The question is, where do we put him? He probably replaces this guy. I mean, that guy's a herd member, so he was worth bringing in either way. So he'll be replacing this guy. This here. You there. We'll fire that guy. And we'll actually use the Cornish Ventrue here. Okay, good. Now that we've finished with that, we will do the Ghoulify that we keep canceling on her. She no longer looks like a child candidate to me. She is necessary, though. Teach Michael Scot his place. Balanced education. Clueless child. Follow me and observe child. The record books are off limits to you. I mean, we don't want to ruin him at that. No, it's fine. Ugh, our physician is so bad. Just don't fail completely, all right? I just told you not to do that. I just said don't fail completely. I will hunt this person and drink their blood. None, they go unharmed, but at least I put my tick on. Education's matter of face. The first thing to know gives me stress in exchange for pushing him through, or I can spend 100 gold I don't have. So we'll push through on the stress. Poof. Tempted by the crown. Let's focus on the spiritual for a while, child. I mean, it's just, they are a stray. He doesn't have to be a tyrant to be useful as a child. And if 100 prestige is 100 prestige, sure, he can be, that's fine. That should not hurt our relationship very much. The presentation, behave yourself in there. Yeah, guy, yeah, bud, do well. You won this round. I owe you nothing. Yeah, I owe you nothing. You kidding? You're no longer a fledgling. Now we will immediately make him take her job because it's absolutely, oh, he's actually here. That's interesting. I have you still, right? So I can switch these two. Can we not? Oh, he's the wrong faith because I let him be a, the other faith. That's fine. We'll find someone to replace you eventually. I mean, like eventually, like real fast. It's going to be the next thing we work on. But it's this. We don't want to go to no brouhaha party. Probably we could cover up the masquerade though. We got to deal with our stress. I wonder if we can pay for an Elysium. Hold Elysium or survey our capital, maybe. Hold Elysium is 50 stress for us because we're gregarious. Survey capital. I mean, our council is good enough that this isn't going to be destructive. And the one who isn't good, I don't care. She's getting replaced soon. So let's hold an Elysium. I think that's good. Hold an Elysium. We'll take that 50 stress down. Roaming Elysium? No. I'd rather it stay in the same place. I'd rather be confident I know where I'm going to be from night to night. Once this is done, we'll do the Ghoulify on the Scourge, and then once the Ghoulify on the Scourge is done, we'll find ourselves a new Luminary. You know, we could actually search for the Luminary first, right? We could just click this off, and then we can go to Religion. We find somebody who's actually good at this. The problem is I don't want anyone too old. This Irish guy, I don't know why he would marry a human. I don't know why they're even oh, I could have probably got the other woman. Let's recheck the other woman. I just yeah, let's see if we can get her in here with a marriage offer to an actual vampire. She's very young, so she might still be interested in that kind of stuff. Not family members, court members. Like even maybe my new child would be good. Will you marry this guy? You will. This is my champion. The guy who was complaining that I had to mesmerize. Okay, send a proposal. Bring her here. Excellent. I was overwhelmed by stress for a second. When did that happen? I never even saw that happen. Yeah, you are done. It's not your job no more. It's not your job no more. Oh, the scandal. Let's do it. A personal demonstration. Nice. Now, let's go down here to the city and we are going to revoke her and we're going to hold it. I don't care that this little person holds a grudge. We can hold this too without trouble, right? Like there's no, you can't hold this kind of thing type warning. The second generation, they're long gone. So we're talking about what happened to the second generation, long gone and killed by the third generation. They're a lesson in pride and fall, fairy tales and boogeymen. I would have diablerized them given a chance. No, fairy tales and boogeymen. We need prestige more than anything else right now. We should be working on this Ghoulify still. The council meeting, let us begin. This is Diligent Chamberlain. It just gives us some opinion. That's great. Prestige is overrated. What is 550 gold? Yeah, that's a thing. I may ghoulify her husband too, or just get her another husband, to be fair, when he dies. I need my prestige is the thing. 50 gold is not worth the prestige, sorry, but no, just another knight. So some martial experience from our marshal. Lackluster plan from the luminary. I'm not made of money. Wait. That's a lot of money, right? It's like a ton of money, but I actually wanted this claim. Don't know that. No, I don't. No, I'm not made of money. A loyal retainer. Your service will be rewarded, so you will now be a loyal ghoul. Nice. A good plan. This will get rid of... All right, that's prestige because of how well hidden we are. That's good. We may be hunting to death here. Legacy added. Okay, so they're getting through there. Alternative to leadership. I got myself wondering here, what path did you guys go down? Because I haven't really been thinking it through, right? I haven't been looking. So living members, dynasty. Nope, I always do that. I always click the tree while I fully know it's not. It's open legacies. Oh yeah, you guys went down Ashen Seneschals. That's what I would have went down too. Small office, +1 stewardship, unlocks child education event. That's a really good choice. Like that helps us. Control fascination progress, vampire damage, toughness. We're in the exact same place we were last time, which is that we got nothing to feed off of. I mean, I will hunt her, just let her go. Hearts and minds. So my nephew, Duke Fabrizio Olifila, has lately been telling me how impressed he is with Goldorego. Apparently, she came through for him when he needed it most. This is my Scourge, right? She is getting ghoulified. Let us do it. Let us ghoulify her. It's impressive in a way. I can't give anybody credit. We have a council. Look at that. It's not even terrible, right? Look at our council. We got our new child, Michael Scott, to replace the guy who betrayed us and deserves to be dead, and maybe we will kill him, but not right away. We have this new luminary. We barely know who she is. We just found her in the wild. It's cool. Let's look at our knights. So yeah, we have no knights below 10. That's a start. We should forbid her because she's below 10. That's right. She's not great. If you were better. Don't know if we want him to be a knight, but for now it will do. We have these vampires. Let's look at this. So we got the legacy of Mithras and stationed from a holding. So we got 50% extra. That's nice. Guys, nice job. These guys are going to be strong. We're going to get knights too. We can't afford them right now, but we're going to take the Knights of the Blood, right? Which will also have the bonus, the Mithras bonus, right? Yeah, which is going to make them awesome. So with that, we're going to bring this episode officially to an end. It doesn't feel like we got very far, but I guarantee you we're doing fine. Once this is done, we're going to start the process of getting claims through our domain, like our liege's domain, and get strong as fast as we can to challenge him. Right now, he's way stronger than... Oh, he's not way stronger than us anymore, actually. I think we're the strongest person in here now. Some people are close. His champion's maybe better than mine. He has an ally. Who's his ally? I mean, she's my ally, right? She's way over there. She probably won't matter, is what I'm basically saying. Right, thank you for watching, and hope you join us the next time we're here with young Alexander. We made a lot of progress, but we gotta make more. Goodbye for now.